Bible says, show yourself a man. It's going to show you the attributes, the qualities of showing yourself a man. So you'll never have that doubt no more. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord.
And keep the what?
The charge of the Lord.
The charge of the Lord, bro. What does charge mean? Tell me what charge means. Is charge passive? Charge is taking what? Pushing forward, right? Hey, I got an important question, that's why. What's your name? Joe. Nice to meet you. What was your name? I have a very important question. Do you consider yourself a man? What is a man according to the Bible? Because I'm going to ask you the question again. What is a man according to society? What do you consider a man? Why would you say, yes, I'm a man? What qualities that you have that says you're a man? That's a hard question, right? See, the thing about our people, a lot of times we answer or we speak without really thinking about what we're answering or speaking about. Because the society taught us to do that.
Right.
Society taught us to be robots, to be followers, to regurgitate. Like that man back there, that same man, his people, put all of our people in captivity. That's why he's pissed off. Because we're here to show my black and Latino brothers that you are the Israelites according to the Bible, and you're God's chosen people. What we do is take boys and turn them to men, and what they do is take the man and turn them to boys.
That's right.
Read that.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2 and verse 2.
Read out.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and shew thyself a man.
The Bible says, show yourself a man. It's going to show you the attributes, the qualities of showing yourself a man. So you'll never have that doubt no more. Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord.
And keep the what?
The charge of the Lord.
The charge of the Lord, bro. What does charge mean? Tell me what charge means. Is charge passive? Charge is taking what? Pushing forward, right? He said, take the charge of what?
Of the Lord thy God.
He said, take the charge of America?
Of the Lord thy God.
Of the white man?
The Lord thy God.
He said, take the charge of God, bro. This is the qualities of a man according to the Bible. Read.
To walk in his ways.
To walk in what?
To walk in his ways.
So we're not walking in America's ways, we're walking in whose ways?
His ways.
How do we know how to walk in God's ways? Where do we go? Do you know that question? Answer? Yeah, where do we go to know how to walk in his ways? You know, my brother? I'm going to show you. Read.
To keep his statutes and his commandments.
So to be a man, you got to take charge in keeping his statutes and his commandments. Where do we find his statutes and commandments? You know where? Right here, my brother.
That's right.
I'm going to show you this book right here is the laws of God. You want to know why I'm showing you this, my brother? Because when you go to our society, our neighborhoods, our barrios, wherever our people majority is at, guess what you're going to find? Drugs, gangbanging, prostitution, hatred for one another. But according to the Bible, that's how society taught us how to be men in their world. But according to the Bible, he teaches the complete opposite. He said, give them the charge of the commandments and the laws. What we're doing out here is to show you and you that you are gods according to this earth. What America did is created the nigga. America created the spits. America created the stuff that society painted us out to be. But according to the Bible, you are God.
That's right.
Did you know that? I'm going to show you in the Bible, though. See, everything that we talk about, we ain't coming up here in a pulpit. We ain't asking for no money. We're going to show you in the Bible the royalty that you are. You got that? Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 82 and verse 6.
What you say? They ain't subscribed yet. So what I'm doing all this teaching for, nobody's subscribing to the page. It's time for you to subscribe. Subscribe to IUIC Los Angeles page. Get up on the latest scriptures, the latest news, the things we bringing out, because it's here for you. All right?
I have said, ye are gods.
You're a God. You're a God. That's out the Bible. But guess what happened to us? Where we lost our Godship. Guess what happened to us as a people? Where we lost our Godship. This is what happened to us. Watch this. Who went into slavery first, black or Latinos? You say blacks? You say Latinos? How you know? No, you good. I'm about to identify something. I'm not losing the point of being a man. Part of being a man is knowing who you are. That's why I want to show you this. A man according to the Bible. So watch this. Guess who went into slavery first? My brothers, Latinos, 1492, Christopher Columbus, Conquistadors, Hernan Cortez.
Right.
And then in 1619, we came.
Right.
Now guess what? They never teach that in high school and in the schools, right? Why?
Always thought it was black people.
You always thought it was black people. You wanna know why you always thought it was black people? Because this is how they divide us, man. This is how they divide us, because if they look at you, slavery, it's just black people. No, Latinos too.
Right.
Guess what? When you understand that we went through the same curses, that's how you're gonna know we are the Israelites according to the Bible. That's why I gotta show you this. Remember, the Bible says, take charge as a man and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments, right? I'm gonna show you a commandment or law to identify what I'm saying is true. Go to Deuteronomy 28. Then we're gonna come back. But I wanna take my time with you, all right? Read.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Bring it out.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
So all these, if we didn't do the commandments that God told us to do, remember, to be a man, take charge and do my commandments. If we didn't do that and became a man and not a boy of America, what was gonna happen to us?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So these curses. Now, how could I identify this right here that happened to both our people with the curses of the Bible? Read that.
Verse 48.
Now let's go to 68.
Verse 68.
And this is in the Bible. I'm about to blow your minds, bro. This is in a Bible prophecy about us. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
So Egypt, do you know anything about the story of Moses crossing the Red Sea, splitting the water? We walked out of there. But he said we're gonna come into Egypt again with ships. So what does Egypt mean? This is be real quick, because I see you check your phone. Stay here, man. I'm gonna show you some crazy stuff in the Bible that's gonna blow your mind. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which hath brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
So he brought us out of the house of bondage. Another word for bondage is what? Captive. Trap, right? Now let's get to the point.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
bondage again. We were first time under captive to the Egyptians, the Israelites. He said we're gonna come into bondage again
with ships.
Who went anywhere on God's green earth on slave ships? Who went into slavery on slave ships? What people went into slavery on slave ships? My brother right here. My brother right here. And look at the course of it. We were grabbed from here. Your history goes way deep. Then you know, my brother. Your history goes.
My senior teacher stopped in school. She told me personally I don't know more about Hispanic culture because she was Hispanic herself.
Right.
And she really tried to input it, but she didn't get it. Like, there's only 1 year that you're
right.
So much.
Right. So I can show you that your history right here, you two, my brothers, your history is in the Bible.
Right.
We're the only people that went on slave ships anywhere.
Right.
So it's in the Bible. Name any other nation that's been on slave ships. Let me know. Educate me.
Right.
You can't tell me, right? Because it's none, bro. Wait, hold up. The Bible says what?
Into Egypt again with ships. By the way wherever I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
We were not going to see our homeland again, read, which is Jerusalem.
And there,
And when you got there on those slave ships,
and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
did you know that was in the Bible? Did you know these people was going to be cursed, sold on slave ships, and then when they got to the land, they were going to be sold to their enemies as slave men and slave women. Did you ever hear that in the Bible before? Hell no. You want to know why you didn't hear? Because we're under white supremacy. We're under the illusion or delusion of Christ being white, which teaches white supremacy, all exclusive. They whitewashed everything.
Right.
They took your history and put their history in place of our history. You know what I'm saying? So I'm showing you this because when we go back to 1 Kings, I just want to close this point. Because like I said, in order to be a man, you gotta know who you are, bro. That's right. If you have no vision, you're gonna follow anything. But I'm gonna show you this Bible right here is by us and for us. And it's time for us to come back to this. Read.
1 Kings 2:2. I go the way of Eleazar. Be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man.
Show yourself a man. What's your name, my brother?
Gustavo.
Gustavo.
That's what happened to you.
You a man, right? I'm gonna show you what the Bible says what a man is, all right? It says, show yourself a man, read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God.
Keep the charge of the Lord thy God, because I showed them earlier that you're a God. They're gods. The Black, Latino, and Native Americans are gods on this earth. Read.
To walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments.
And his commandments. And his commandments. Read.
And his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest.
So when you show yourself a man, according to the Bible, guess what the Most High God's going to do? He's going to allow you to prosper. But guess where we're at today? Are we prospering as a people? We're not prospering as a people. Matter of fact, we come out here to teach, and there's so many adversities against us that wants us to shut down and don't want the word to go out. But guess what? We're going to teach. And we're going to wake up our people.
Right.
And we don't fear man, we fear God.
Right.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation